Hello, everybody. Yay, we are live. So glad to be here with you one more time. That's an amazing time of the year. Our free online workshop. I'm having so much fun, seeing all the pictures coming and all the questions. Oh, this is so great time going. And I'm going here as well. I'm I made those boxes already, but I'm doing something new that I will show to you on Friday. So it is super fun. Let me see who is here. Hi, King. King is always here with us. Thank you so much, King. So glad to see you. Hi, Christy. Hi, Betsy. Hello, Anne, Francine, Joyce. Hello, Joyce. Hi, Linda. Hey, so many people. So good to see you here. And let's wait for a bit. People are coming. And tell me, you can tell me in the comments, are you making your box or not? Let me know. So we are in the middle of the free online workshop. That is an annual event that I have, of course, annual, I have it every year, but this is the fourth year we are having this event. We started in 2020 when I started with the Cartooners Club. We had our first workshop back in 2020. We made a open box. There was a divider with dividers and a notepad cover. 2021. Tell me if you made all of those with me, okay? Let me know in the comments. I want to know who here or who is joining us and they made how many workshops you had with me. So actually, no, the first one was 2016. I don't know if you were with me at that point or not. That was my first free online workshop. I remember very well. I was making a simple box. It was my first experience with this sort of event. It was lots of fun. Then after 2016, in 2020, we made, as I said, a box with dividers and a notepad cover. 2021, we made what I called pretty hinged lid box that had a magnet, remember, with a lid that goes on top, on the front of the box. Then last year we had the cigar box. Oh, that was lots of fun. And now this year a little bit more, right? We have several options this year, and I cannot wait to see what you are doing. Yay, very good. Let's see who is here. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Laura. Laura also is always with us. So fun to see. Good. Thank you. Hi, Christy. Doing the double lidded box and doing good. Okay, we'll put the sides and backs on tonight. Hey, very excited. Hey, Cindy. Elizabeth, this is my first time. I love making the boxes. Oh, so thank you. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Yeah, especially if you are new to my technique or new to my tutorials, I would love to hear from you here. Let me know if you are, liking the tutorials, the way that is, the pace. And also, if you are not liking, I would like to hear. And you can say here, or you can wait to say in the survey that I will send to you at the end of the workshop, because I always love to hear from all the participants so I can do something better next year, improve or change what is needed. I love this. Hello. Hi, Lynn, Susan. Linda, first time here, love boxes. Very good. Yay, Lisa made the 2021 box. Terry started in 2020. Yay, Terry, that's so great. Yes, Patty participated in 2021, 2022, and now again. So it's your third year. That's fantastic. Everyone since 2020, and that's so nice. Yes. I really love this. I was trying to put some numbers together today. I didn't have time, but I know so many are with me since the beginning. And this is for me so, how can I say, rewarding or so glad to hear and to see and to know that, right? This inspires me to just keep doing and creating. It's so nice. Lisa is doing the double box and the small one that holds cards. The kits are great. Thanks, Lisa or Liza, I don't know. Been doing for 4 or 5 workshops. Yes. First time, cigar box. Yes. Working the box of the box. Okay, I see already a question, and maybe we can already go ahead and start answering questions before I forget it. I think this is a one I want to to answer now. Okay, so this live is for questions, for inspiration. If you want to see my samples again, I have here samples, then you can ask me questions if you want. I have a few questions that people ask in the link that I gave in the email, but if you didn't know, no worries, you can just ask here, and we go from this, okay? And then I want to update what I'm gonna make in tomorrow and after tomorrow as well. Started with the hinged lid box. Oh, really, Cindy? Nice. Just have to do now. Doing the card box, enjoying this as always. So amazing, Dinky. Fantastic. Okay, let me drink a little bit of my tea. Nice. So let me put one more thing here. Screwdriver. Okay. Michelle, let me see. Michelle saying, I'm Michelle here again, just checking and have folders for 2020, 2021, 2022. So this will be my fourth annual work. Yes, I remember you since the first year, Michelle. Thanks so much. Very good. Okay, so now let me put the question from Lynn. She is saying, I have a question. I made a small 3-inch quilt block for one side. Was thinking to just piece it into my long strip for the outside of the box. Have you done this or have any advice? Oh, yes, Lynn. I love, not just me, lots of us love mixing techniques, combining passions. This is what I say. I prefer to say we are combining passions. I really love this. And actually, to be very precise with you, I made, since the beginning of the club in 2020, I made one complete course there where I share multiple ways of adding quilts, embroideries, and a lot of things. I have also kits that can, for example, there's one do-it-yourself kit, one box in the shop that is called Happy Gluing Box. There was a, how can I say, a collaboration with an embroidery designer. And so we put the box together. So I have my kit for the octagon box and her embroidery. So showing how to add embroidery to that. If you go to my book, I also have embroidery designs from Sherry Jones, who is a wonderful cross-stitch designer, embroidery designer. So in the book, you'll see also how you can add, for example, embroideries in different ways. And I think what I have in the book can help you in case you have my book. But basically, one of the ways you can do is, let's say you have, I don't know what box you are making, but if it is like imagine this box like here, right? So one of the sides, you could, for example, cut like a little window in the poster board, cover, leaving that window, and that window you put the quilt under. So you have kind of I call this window technique because you make like a window and then you can add that way. You can also add with frames. So you can make a frame, like imagine a square or rectangular piece, even with cereal box, let's say, make it double or triple, cover that with fabric, okay? In my book, this is also in my book. I don't know what else you can find if it is not inside the club. But this you can, for example, make in the size needed for your quilt, and then you can put there, okay? From my do-it-yourself kits that are open for everybody, that is the Photo Art Caddy. Unfortunately, I don't have here the sample, but that was the project of our workshop 2020, where it's exactly this. We make a frame. I made several small quilts, and then we can slide the quilt inside that frame, and then you can remove and change with time or put a picture, So there are really lots of ways of doing. What you said here, yes, you can do that as well. Like you can just make your sewing, right? As you said, piece that on top of your piece, or even making, how can I say, if it is a square, you can have a square that is smaller, a little smaller. Cover that poster board with your quilt, as we are doing in every every step, right? Cut corners, flip over everything, and glue on top. So, I mean, there really are several options. I don't know if I just confuse you or if I answer some, but yes. Okay. Let me know if you have any more, ideas on that, or if anyone else has more ideas on this. I actually have a beautiful binder here with me made by Donna. Donna, if you are here, say hi, please. Donna Duff. She is a wonderful, wonderful person. She lives here close to our shop, is a member of the club for a long time. And she will be teaching a class in our local shop this year. And I asked her to design something and make some a quilt for the top of a binder. And she made for a big binder. And she made it so beautiful. I will show you in our live on Friday because I don't have here, it's upstairs. But it's really, really beautiful. No, Lisa, to buy my book, you can buy on Amazon or my shop, any place you want. Okay, we have that. Yay, Patty. Yes, Donna Duff is fantastic. The class will be amazing. Okay, so let me get started in some of the questions that I have. And if you have more questions during the time, just let us know here, okay? Let me get started with the first question. So Ellen asked, have never done any of this. So can a beginner do these boxes? I think we can. You guys can answer here in the comments, right? Any beginner can make? Yay, absolutely. Any beginner can make. Because, Ellen, there's nothing complicated. There's no expensive tools, no expensive machines here, right? So you just have fun gluing and, go back to your kindergarten time, bring your inner child with you, have fun, do some math with glue, follow my tutorials step by step, and you are good to go, right? So I would love to see if you are making, Ellen, I would love to see your pictures and your thoughts later once you really try. And I hope you know and enjoy. Hey, Barbara, thanks. I'm a beginner and I love it. Yes, Elizabeth said, I'm a beginner and I love it. Good. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. First time here for me as well. So, Barbara, welcome. Welcome. Have lots of fun. Yay, good. Yes, we have, Deb said that she ordered and then was shipped today. Yeah, we don't usually ship and work on Thursdays, Tuesdays, and Wednesday in the shop, but because of the workshop, we went there and we ship out the open orders today. So I think 3 or 4 orders for tomorrow, but that's okay. And as I said, if you are in the free, even in the free version, I don't know what I have in my nose now. Oh my gosh, that's okay. Go. So even in the free option here in this workshop, this free online workshop, everybody has access until March 27. What is the end of this week? Next week complete and 2 weekends, right? This weekend and the next weekend. So it's plenty of time to make lots and several boxes. So it's so nice. Yay. Yes. Oh, yeah. Michelle is giving an important tip here for not just for beginners, but for everybody, right? She said the choice of fabrics being a quilting cotton, because that helps a lot in the process, right? And nice straight cuts are very important things, right? So if you are cutting your, I believe the nice straight cuts are for the paper, right? So everything that you do in the paper side of this stuff, right? The chipboard, poster board, you have to be very precise. Gonna need, like when I say, measure twice, cut once, right? That all that you already know from your quilt stuff. That's what you should do. Very good. Okay, so Ellen, you are good to go, beginner or not. It's fantastic. Now, okay, Lisa just asked if she could watch the record. Yes, Lisa, if you just in case are here or watching the replay, I'm seeing your question. And then Francine, she has a very good question. She said, if you're unable to find adequate, did I say this right? I think so. Adequate size of chipboard, can you use foam board like ready board? I want to make a box to hold my, oh my goodness, my Mahjong acrylic trays and need something 19 inches long. Thanks, and thanks so much for offering this open house. First of all, welcome, Francine. I'm so glad you are here with us, and I'm so glad you asked this because it's something very important. No, I do not recommend using foam board, especially if you're doing such a big box, because what happened with this is that the foam board may bend with time and it will be destroyed. It's not as sturdy as chipboard, okay? And talking about these boxes, I had before I start teaching, or when when I think when I started teaching or something, I had my Etsy shop actually. And then there's a person making boxes for this game. And I cut several kits for her to make those boxes, and they were so beautiful. She was making the boxes. And she used to have a Etsy shop with the ready to go boxes. I don't know if she never contacted me again, so or she is cutting by herself or she is not doing anymore. But it was the long boxes. I remember I cut long. It's a small box but long, right? And she also made a bag to carry that. So in her Etsy shop, she was selling the boxes inside the bag, all with the same fabric. Oh, it was so amazing and so, so beautiful. So what you can do is find, Francine, you can find uh, chipboard long pieces in other places. So, for example, if Amazon does not sell, you can find hollanders.com. If someone can put in the comments, the website for me, please. So Hollanders is a bookbinding company here in Michigan. They are, wow, amazing people, and they cut even to this size. Like, they will not cut in small pieces, but if you say I need 19 inches long, they can cut that and send to you for you at that size. Other than that, who else will sell big pieces? The well, probably the Dick Blick will find there. Or maybe, I don't know, just thinking here, if I have a lot of people or more people wanting to make a box for the Mahjong, I don't know how to pronounce this, even I can recover those files and maybe have a kit, because we did, it's already, it's just making. Okay, so just an idea. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, Deb, thank you. Yeah, she said I love your accent. Sometimes it's just difficult for me. Some words, I don't know, some words are more difficult than others, like especially if they are too close to Portuguese. If they are really close, like the written is close to Portuguese, but the pronunciation is completely different, that make a knot in my brain that I cannot, it just drives me crazy. Like, it's just, or if the word is opposite of, like, for example, I always say the word push. If I'm going, I need to open a door, it's written push, I just get freezing there. Like, I don't know what to do because push in Brazil is this. If I'm pushing something, push in Brazil, I'm doing this. But here, push, I'm doing that. So I never know what to do. And I'm here 11 years and I'm still crazy when I see this word. It's crazy. Okay, let's go again. Already, let's come back to the question. Sorry for that. Okay. You mentioned to be aware of that Kona solids can show glue. Does that comment apply to all solids like art, gallery, or moda? Probably yes, Lynn. I don't know these other brands. I have never used, because since I used the first time a solid fabric and I didn't like. But for example, moda has the grunge, right? That is not super solid. So the grunge fabrics are perfect for cartonnage, and they are almost solid, but they have the shades, right? So I always choose something like this that will not show up. Or try in a small piece, of, glue in a piece of poster board and see if you see the glue passing through or not. Sometimes, for example, very cheap fabrics, that have the threads and the wave, very like far away, will show the glue more. So that's kind of one of the reasons, or the main reason, right? Okay. um can you use chipboard and poster board Can you use chipboard and poster board interchangeably? Well, Karen, we have places that we have to have the chipboard and places that we have to have the poster board. So I would say most of the time you cannot do, change, because the chipboard must to be the structure of your project, and the poster board is just the finishing. So it's a more delicate paper. You don't see that much, so it's better. Like if you put chipboard with a thick chipboard or something to have the finishing, will be not beautiful. So I'd say it depends. Maybe if you have a more one example a little bit more clear for me in a specific case, I can tell you if it is possible or not. But in general, I don't think so. Yeah, Susan said that can have the big sheets of chipboard on Dick Blick. And as I said, I know Hollanders also sell, so you can get big pieces. Oh yeah, I have forgotten this. Thank you, Patty. I have completely forgot. Hobby Lobby also has large size chipboards that you go to the Hobby Lobby, you go to the back, at least here, but I think they are all the same, right? You go to the back of the shop where they have the frame sections. They have there's a huge shelf all the way in the wall on the back. So they have several mat boards, and they have one there that is chipboard. When I used to buy there, the color was gray. I'm not sure if it still is gray, but when I started, that is the project, the paper that I was using. Thank you, Patty, for that. I don't know if all Hobby Lobbies still have that, but yes. Magic, time to eat. Very good. Uh-huh. Francine, very good. Yes, holidays. Thanks, Jerry. Mm-hmm. Have you covered? Yeah, not yet. Let's get there in a minute, okay? This is one of the questions that I mostly receive, okay? And I actually need to pick something here to share to you. I will pick in a minute. About inches or centimeters, okay? I will answer that in a minute. Yes, thank you, Dale. She said those fabrics would be fine. Kona has a looser weave that allows glue to go through. I love Kona for quilting, but Claudia knows not to use for cartonnage. Okay, so maybe the other ones can be used. I really don't know all the fabrics, right? Huh. Well, can your method be used to cover boxes I already have? Becky, that is a how can I say? That's a different process. So people always ask me, I have so many boxes, how do I cover them? Especially last year that we made the cigar box. Oh, I have cigar box, how can I cover that? Well, then I would say search on YouTube how to cover a box with fabric. You will find some makers that are doing that, or look some videos of the French method of cartonnage, because the original French, they make the box and then they cover. So it's a different way. I just made one box in my whole life that way. I didn't like it. Don't tell others, but I didn't like it. So I have never done again. So it's a different process, but yes, you can. Okay, yes, you can, because the box is already done. Remember, we cover the pieces separate, then you put together. So now if your box is ready, you want to cover, you have to do something inside first, maybe with poster board, all the sides, going on top of the box, covering, and then putting another one on the outside. So yes, but it's more work. But if you think that you want to do because you have plenty of boxes to cover, I'd say maybe you find a maker, any tutorial that will help you more than myself. I can't help you with this. But yes, can be. And there are lots of people that do like a wonderful job with that. It's just that they like and get used to that, right? Same way, and they will not maybe like the way we do, right? We got used to it. It's a personal preference. Yeah. Yeah, Lisa said he got her chipboard at Hobby Lobby, had a very hard time cutting. Yes. So cutting chipboard is, I always say, cutting and gluing are different crafts, different hobbies, right? So you have to be patient. Maybe if you get really like serious about cutting your own chipboard, I would say you have to buy some tool, like maybe the coral cutter, or I have the next question here. Let me answer in a minute about cutter. Something that can help you better, because just cutting with your blade and with your hand maybe will be a lot of work, right? So for you to have an idea, most of the members of the club, that where I share more of the designs, how to design, I give all the dimensions, all those stuff. So you have so many there that are cutting their own chipboard. Most of them have the coral cutter. Okay, if someone has, but it is my Amazon suggestion. In the supply list of the workshop you can find. And in my video, I also, inside the workshop, there's the video of what is chipboard and how to cut. It's also in my website, colorway.art/videos, if you want to see that video. One of those cutters will help you, okay? But it is, even with that, is you just have to be a little patient, you know? Some cutters will just pass 1 or 2 times, some a little bit more, you know, it depends of the thickness. And lots of members as well are buying the 50 point and then cutting twice and gluing them together, because then it's easy to cut, but you have to cut twice. Okay. So again, another personal choice. Thank you for the question. Hey, Maria Elena from Brazil. I love seeing you here. Thank you. Yay, 24.15 from Amazon. Oh, that's nice, Anne. So that's good. That's good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't know they buy that. They sell these big pieces. Yeah, they always also saying that they don't carry the 100 points. Hobby Lobby. Okay. How do we cut the chipboard? Okay, Patty, I need you to go then to my website, colorwayarts.com/videos, or if you are in our workshop, I put that video there. So it's what is chipboard. I'm showing so many differences there, and I show several tools to cut chipboard. So it is a process, okay? You have to measure, make sure it's straight and neat, and then cut, okay? So I don't have time and I don't have the tools here to share, but that video is very well explaining. Thank you for your question. Is there a reason I shouldn't use a thinner chipboard, like from the back of a paper pad in place of poster board? No, Cecile, I don't know what is, what is the back of this paper pad, okay? Do you have, now it's a good time to show you something. If you didn't see in my shop, let me see, what is that? If you didn't see in my shop, we have a new tool. Great question. Okay, we have a new tool in the shop that I made not long ago, just because to answer those questions, okay? So let me change here my camera to show to you this. So this little guy here is I'm calling this a cardboard gouge thickness. I don't remember the name. If you go to the Colorway Arts shop, open house supplies, you find it. So what is the reason for this? Okay, answer lots of your questions. Because then this is not super precise, but I have here, I'll mark it, all the papers that I use here at home, okay? That I use in my project. So we have chipboard 100 points, 80 points, 50 points, cereal box, and my poster board, okay? There are other poster boards. The poster board here is the one I use in the kits and I have. So if you want to know if you can use, pick that piece of pad that you have and put it right here and see where it lands, okay? If it is close to poster board, go. You can use it for sure. But then if you see, oh, it's 50 points, then you cannot use for outside because it'll be so, how can I say, it will not be beautiful, your finishing, okay? So you're gonna find this in our website. And again, this is not for like super precision, super precision, but it's designed for help us, because I always receive this question: can I use this instead of? I mean, it depends. It depends of the thickness. Okay, good. Okay. Oh yes, if yes, this is something you can do. You can always take the pieces apart, right? And then cover and use all the process to make the same box or make something different. Maybe old books, maybe the back of the notepads, the big notepads. You can use the pad that's coming there. Yes, you can use all of this, right? Yeah, the same question here. Karen is asking, can I deconstruct a cigar box and then cover it and glue it? I mean, if you are very careful doing that, yes, sure. Yes, and probably it can be very fun as well. And let us know if you can do it, okay? If you do it, take pictures and share with us. Yay, very good. Sorry, did you say yes? That's what I said. Carl Cutter, Carl. Exactly as you wrote here, Lisa. Carl Cutter. Okay, now let's go to this question here. King is saying, I just use a finger blade by Fiskars, but I just ordered the new Tin Holtz cutter. Yay, that's what I'm saying now. I also received this question, okay, from Jen. Jen is saying, as of today, March 15, Tin Holtz just released a new rotary cutter that cuts up to 50 points with ease, and he demonstrated today in a YouTube live, right? I received more than one email talking about that, and also I bought it. So let me test it, and I can tell you. That brings to this question: if 100 points is needed for the project, can 250 points? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, Jen. You can use the 50 points, cut, but then here's something. 50 points is easy to cut. You can cut even in so many different cutters, okay? I have the Rotatrim here that cuts 50 points very well. The Carl cutter will cut. This Tin Holtz will cut. What I really like it in the Tin Holtz today that I saw is that it has a little extra part, small part on the right, okay? Then so we can align there and cut small pieces, something that sometimes we can't cut in the other ones, because if we have just a small piece, we can cut like 1 inch or something close to that. And I think the one I saw today, the Tin Holtz, will do that. So I bought it. Let's see when I will receive it, and then I will probably make a video to show you what I do and what I recommend. Okay. Yes. Very good. Yes, Kim saying she does, and a lot of people do that as well. Use 50 points, cut twice, and glue together, and then put something heavy on top. Like for example, spread the glue very well to one piece, glue the other one, put something heavy, let it dry. Let it dry well, and then you work, okay? And here there's 2 ways. I would say first you cut to the size you want, and then you glue them together, make sure that it's all aligned, okay? Because if you glue first and then you cut, you will have the same difficulty to cut because it's going to be thick, okay? Can plastic or acrylic sheet be used? Mano, I'm not sure exactly for what, but not that I'm aware here in the cartonnage. Actually, I'm using now acrylic sheet for the top of the double organizer that we have as a bonus for members in this workshop as a clear window. So for that part, yes, I'm using acrylic. But other than that, I don't use for anything. Yay, okay. Yes, 50 points, double. Yeah. Oh, yes. Are you able to use a box cutter to cut through 50 points? Yes, it's much easier than 100 points. You may have to cut twice, okay, but or 3 times, I don't know, depending on the blade, but for sure it's possible. Okay, very nice, very nice. Okay, so this answers some of the questions I received. Okay, let me know what else we have here in the comments. Okay, great question, Cecile. Cecile, I don't know if I'm saying correct. How long do you recommend at a minimum to leave the glue to dry while the masking tape is holding the box together? Well, if you are in the middle of the process, let's say, making the box, and then if you are saying this masking tape here that is holding your box, you don't need to wait nothing. You just finish this, go ahead and do your box. We are just doing this in the workshop. We just made the box yesterday, and today we are finishing outside because it's a process for more fun, to have more time. You can make more boxes, okay? But if you are just making your box and covering your box, it's just this. Make your box, cover your box, go ahead. You don't need to wait. No, you start and finish your project. You don't need to wait. We are just doing this because of the event and all those stuff here, the interaction, the community and all of this. But if that's your question, you don't need to wait. Now, once you finish your box and you put your masking tape around to have the good finishing, right? For example, we had today covering outside, then we put a masking tape all around. That masking tape, I recommend leaving overnight. Can you leave less? Yes, you can leave 5-6 hours, okay? But I always say, get it there. But in timeout and leave for overnight. So tomorrow the finish will be great because it's all dry, all correct. And if it is a box with lid, I strongly recommend put something heavy on top, let it dry. You will see tomorrow when we are doing the lid for this box, okay? You will leave this overnight and really leave it overnight with something very heavy on top so it will dry flat for the best finishing you can, okay? Very nice, yay. Yay, yes. Yes, I know. We have to use a safety ruler, right? That's absolutely. Thank you so much for this reminder. Do not start cutting anything before watching my video on how to cut the chipboard safely, okay? For poster board, is a cereal box the same sort of thing, depending on the grain? Here, really depends. So in the tool I just showed you, right? The cereal box I usually have at home is a little thicker than the poster board, but there are several different poster boards. I have used a thinner poster board in the past and worked fine for so long until I couldn't get that anymore, and I found the one that is a little thicker. That's the one I use today. So it was working with a thinner, is working with I'm using now. I don't like cereal box for the outside because I think it is too thick, but it's a personal preference. If that's the only thing you have at home, try it and see what it is, right? And the next time you go to Dollar Tree, Staples, Walmart, search for poster board and you make and see the difference. So you look at your boxes made with one and another, and then you decide. There's no right or wrong here, actually, okay? Yes, Lynn, very good question. For the double stacking box, how it stay aligned? Does the top box set inside of the bottom one? Exactly. So we're gonna see this tomorrow. Let's see, I'm pressing, it does not go anywhere because we have a piece on this box that goes inside the bottom box, so it does not move. And the same thing happened with the lid. The lid is not just sitting here, I can't move because they are all well connected one with another. Is that because we are not taking off the masking tape? For the ball, yes. Here, yes. We are not taking off this masking tape. It stays here. So once you finish, you go ahead and continue. Okay. So for example, what can I say? Yeah, no, it would be complicated to explain another thing, but is this? That's the reason. You don't remove that masking tape. You don't need. You just keep going, right? Because why? We have. Maybe this can be a good way to explain to you. Uh, we have a layer of poster board, right? What we did today, we glue fabric to the poster board, and the poster board is glued here. So I will not fill this masking tape, okay? But let's say you want to cover, I don't know, that is one of the ways in French cartonnage, in box making. Another way would be just come over here with fabric without the poster board. Then we would fill this masking tape, and then we would need to remove the masking tape or not put masking tape. I had a class. I was a student in a Hollanders class in Michigan, and I made a box with him in their method. That is the box making process that they do, not as we do in cartonnage here in the method I teach, but just making the box. And they just glue. They don't use masking tape because then they cover with papers, and the papers are super thin, so you cannot have anything like this to give volume, in between. But in our case, with our poster board, no, we can leave the masking tape, and it's good because it also gives more structure. It's more sturdy, right? So that's another good thing. Nice. How many pieces for the box on the box lid? I'm trying to figure out my material, and you will have to go inside the workshop and see the course and pick the dimensions. It's out there because yes, it's a lot of pieces. I don't remember by my mind right now. And something important, I don't remember who. I think it was Lynn. Someone contacted me about the pieces of fabric. Okay, and sometimes I receive this question: can I cut my fabric? What is the sizes of the pieces? Because I want to cut my fabric. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Why? Because some parts of the process, the piece of fabric will be just like, say, half an inch bigger than the piece of paper. In some parts, you may need to connect pieces together and have just one piece of fabric. So you don't know before you start watching my tutorial and start making your piece. So we don't cut fabric before. We don't do that. We cut as we go. We cut one part and we cut another one, and that's the way we go. And this is really part of the fun of the process, because even you can change your mind during the process. Sometimes we start one way, and then when I think the other fabric will be better here, then you change your mind, and you didn't cut. So that's part of the process. Very nice. Okay. Oh, Michelle is saying that, yeah, Michelle is in UK, so she had trouble finding poster boards, so use heavy duty, unrolled, extra large index cards. Oh, that's a good idea, and the thickness was perfect. Just confused by the size needed if making larger projects. Perfect. Yes, test it. That's what I said. Test what you have. Go to the craft shop or the office supply shop, see what they have available, and you will figure out. Hey, Buffy from Australia. Okay. Jen, as a paper crafter, I have several brands of glue, but not the one you've recommended. Please talk about alternative brands. Alternative brands for Elmer's glue? It's hard to find, my friend. It's hard to find. It's not as hard to find. Anything else you're going to find will be more expensive, right? So it's not that you can't use other glues. Maybe you have something that may work. You may try. but like this is the cheaper for what we are using in cartonage, okay? I don't know. This is a white acrylic PVA glue. Okay, so you may have others like this at home. So if you have, I mean, you can test, okay? Or if you are bookbinding, for example, person, you do lots of books and albums, you may have a bookbinding glue, which is also a PVA, white PVA glue. You can use that one. It's more expensive, yes, because usually it's acid free and a lot of other stuff. I will not enter into the situation of glue and acid free and all those stuff here. If you are interested in that, I have a blog. Go to my website, colorwayarts.com. There is in my blog, okay, there is one post that I talk about glue. It's not a new one, it's more old one. So just search in my blog. I give you lots of like my point of view about glue. Okay, so take a look there. It's very, very interesting. I actually turned my kitchen into a lab. Okay, one time, and it's an interesting article to read if you are interested in that. Okay, Jen. But I mean, it doesn't hurt to try what we have at home. Like, I mean, I always recommend Elmer's because it's kind of easy to find. It's not as expensive as like fabric glue or book binding glue, other glues like this. And if you, for example, have I don't recommend this school glue. It's not as strong as this one, but if you have a school, because Elmer's also has like school glue. But if you're making small things and just trying to see if you like or not, I mean, you can use that as well. But if you like the technique, you want to keep doing more, then I would say grab a gallon of this this glue and you are good. Okay. Yes, they are. Yes. The kits are, yes, they are still available to order. You can find in the go to shop, and then on the tab of shop, you'll find open house supplies, and now the kits are available there. And we are shipping tomorrow, okay? My worker is there tomorrow shipping again, so that's a good time. Okay. I found 2mm chipboard at Michael's. Is this okay to use? Well, 2mm chipboard is 80 points, okay? I don't recommend less than this. With 2mm, yes, you can go and do and make it. And you probably will be okay, even with the dimensions I gave you, okay? To be very, very like, if you want to be very certain, you would need to adjust for a few millimeters each piece, but I would say cut as it is and go. If we cut one and make, if you feel that your box is not really, very well in the position, then you may need to, I think the only place you can learn how to design the box now is inside is inside my club. I don't teach how to design like all the time. I had a workshop, I had a webinar in February, but it's not available anymore. But I think it will work. Yes, I have made in the past just a simple box with the 80 points and work it with my dimensions, okay? But if you want, I want you to be aware, if we start making something bigger with drawers, with dividers, with trays, with, putting more things, then the thickness is very important, and we have to consider the thickness into our formulas to design boxes. But those boxes are just simple boxes, so I think you will be okay. Let me know later if you make it, okay? Marita is sharing that Bristol board art paper that comes in pads also work well in place of poster board, but is more expensive. Very good. Okay, Jen. Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, why? Sometimes I'm just, laughing myself. I see people doing stuff, makers on YouTube sometimes, and I just start laughing and said, why, my goodness, why are you using that? You can just use glue and make the whole thing happen. I mean, this glue, have been using in several, in so many different countries. Of course, not Elmer's glue, but the same composition of glue all over the world. Like, and boxes are being made for like how many hundreds and hundreds of years, and they are super good. So yes, you can use that. Covers of old binders. Yes, that's a very, very good idea. Now, for you to know if it is 100 points, you can get our tool. It's like $4, my tool, to show what is the thickness, and then you'll be very good for that. Okay, so nice. Let me close something here because yes. Okay, very good. Okay, so now let me talk about the centimeters, right? Let me pick something here to help to show. Okay, very good. So actually, the question I received sometimes, and actually this year wasn't that many times. I was surprised, and I always forget to put in the instructions, in the dimensions. Just trust in the centimeter, in the metric scale, flip your ruler, and go from there. Okay, because what I would say to you, if at any point in your life you decide to design a box, okay, you will see that using the centimeters is so much easier, because we go into improve, like, how can I say? We need to add some pieces, and I will show very quick just in one box right here for you, okay? I think that will help better. And again, all the information, we have so many things about designing inside the club. So at this point, if you already know that you want to make boxes at your own size, I do recommend you to come to the live on Friday and watch all the information about the club. I'm preparing something very special for this Friday to share with you. I'm making a project here that is kind of the responsible piece for me to be here teaching you today. If it wasn't for that project being rejected in something, I don't think I would be sharing now. So those things that, just happen, God knows better, right? I always think that God knows better. And that's the reason I'm here teaching today. And I will use that project for something new. So stay with me Friday, our live. I think it's 2 p.m. We have to check in the workshop, but I think it's 2 p.m. And I will give you more details about the club. I will give you information about this new project that's coming soon, and lots of things. Okay, but let me come back. Yeah, let me come back to hear what I'm sharing before I start that conversation. Okay, so these are the 5 pieces ready to build a box. Okay, like we did yesterday. We cover all the pieces and then we build the box. What I want to share, the reason for centimeters, and the reason that I say flip the ruler instead of using here, flip the ruler and use the scale in centimeters, okay, is because of this. Because the chipboard I love using, and this is the one that I most recommend for boxes, is 100 points. Okay, everybody's talking here. It's already known that my preference is 100 points. What is the thickness of 100 points in inches or in centimeters? So 100 points in inches is 0.1 inch. In centimeters is 2.5 millimeters, okay, 2.5 millimeters. That is 0.25 centimeters, okay? Don't get confused. Okay, let's stay with the 0.25. Good. Or 2.5 millimeters, whatever you want. Okay, so let's see here how to measure, how to make the box. Remember what we did yesterday? We had the base. We put the 2 small pieces right here. Is that correct? Yes, this is what we did yesterday, right? So now what I do with the big piece, the front and back, I don't have a hand for this. Okay, so I come over here and I glue this other piece right here. Isn't that correct? Yes, this is what we did yesterday. So now I want you to take a look and see what we did. This piece right here is starting from the beginning of this and ending right here at the end of this piece. So in other words, every time I design a box, how can I know these pieces? I know what I want to put inside my box, so I have a dimension for my box. For the base, I know that the sides must to be exactly the same because we did yesterday, right? We just glue here and here, so it was exactly what I need. Okay, now what is the size of the front and back? The front and back are the size of this plus 2 times thickness of the chipboard because I have two pieces together, right? And what is this in centimeters? Let's say in millimeters. 2.5 plus 2.5 equals 5, right? Equals 5. So this piece right here is equal to this piece, the same dimension of this, plus 5 millimeters, or plus 0.5 centimeters. And this magic number, 5.5, is what makes the whole difference in the world because it's super simple. Super simple. You can pick your ruler and easily find 0.5 centimeters, which is in the middle of the two big lines, right? 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters. Half is 5 millimeters or 0.5 centimeters. So it's super easy. Of course, the designing a box is not as simple as this. We can have so many more things. And you can say, oh, this I can do in inches. Why don't I do in inches? Well, okay, right now, just for this, you could do in inches. But then let's start imagining that you need something else. You need a drawer. You need a tray. You want a lid. Okay, how much we're going to be expanding this? So I need how much more inches I have to put considering poster board and fabric and this piece and another piece. So when you go into designing, it's much easier to go into 1, 2, 3 millimeters than into fractions in inches that will be so complicated, and not just complicated for me because I'm a Brazilian and I grow up in centimeters, but even for my friends, members of the club now, because of this 5 millimeters, 0.5, this makes the whole difference. It really makes the whole difference, right? Because if it is not there, you will get into fractions that will confuse you. You're going to say, I don't like this, and put in the trash because this is too confusing. I don't want this. And this is not, it's just because we are looking into something different, right? So I do hope, I do hope that you trust in what I'm saying. And if you remember, or you're designing boxes for more time and using centimeters, want to do to write here, Marita and others can write some ideas and tell others, what do you think about this centimeter, right? So that's why I don't do in inches anymore. To be very sincere, my book, I wrote my book in 2017. At that moment, back in time, I wasn't confident enough to say, let's use centimeters. I thought, no, I'm in US, I have to put in inches. So I redesigned the box in inches because it's not just translating or just putting it, converting, it's not that. We have to start designing from the scratch, make the whole box again. And because I cannot have exactly precision, I have to do or bigger or smaller or change some. It's just too complicated. It's just too complicated. So if you have my book, read what I wrote there. Do not use in inches. I'm giving in inches, but using centimeters for more precision. Okay. So if I'm working and making another book in one time in life, I will not put my inches anymore. It's just too complicated. Yes. Very good. Okay, thanks. Joanne is saying that love designing using millimeters instead of inches. Thank you very much. Yay. I prefer centimeters in this craft. It's a lot easier, and King is designing lots of boxes, so that's perfect. So much easier. Linda is saying centimeters, millimeters are so much easier and precise. Perfect. Thank you. Oh, yes, I know that's a little problem. Maybe sometimes only problem is old eyes have a hard time reading those tiny lines. Yeah, but it is like, I mean, if it would to be like really tiny, you would end up into the 116, 132, 164 here, and then would be difficult for you in inches as well in some point, at some point, right? Centimeters are absolutely the only way to go. It makes life easier. Thanks, Marita. So glad to hear. Couldn't really try design boxes without using metric. Thank you, Michelle. That's fantastic. Yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do you have specific information on the mat cutter? You mentioned it. That's let me see if I can call cutter. That's the name, Carl Cutter, but if you go to my Amazon suggestion, which is amazon.com/shop/colorway arts, you have my preferences on Amazon, and there is there as well. Okay. Oh, Marita, that's a good idea. Marita saying I use the camera on my phone to see. Good, because then we can, make it zoom and then we can see better. That's a good idea, Marita. Nice. And we have also those, amplifier. I don't know the name correctly, but that's also something good. Yeah, so that is important. And I receive, okay, any more questions on this? I hope I got you guys, trusting not just in me, but all these ladies saying here that is so much easier to do. Okay. Now, another question that I received today was if my kits have my do-it-yourself kits, if they have instructions, if they are written instructions or video instructions. It's a great question. Okay, there's another one here. Okay, you guys are talking. Well, the answer for this information about the kits, let me share my website. I think that will be easier for everybody to understand, because let me come over here. Okay, let me see if I will. Nice. Okay, so you are seeing my website now. Okay, so here, if you go to the, let me see here. Okay, if you go to the blog is where you're gonna find that information about glue. If you go to videos is where you're gonna find a lot of videos, how to use tools, some video tutorials for some do-it-yourself kits. So here's already an answer for part of the answer. Some of my do-it-yourself kits have tutorials that are videos that are open in my website. So you can come over here and watch those tutorials, and then you can make the do-it-yourself kit. And here I have some basic videos. Here's how to cut chipboard, okay? And the Carl cutter is this one right here on the right, okay? So we can watch them. Then if you go right here on the shop, we have something different. So if you go to do-it-yourself kits, you see right here on the top, if you go to do-it-yourself kits, I always say, read the description of the products in my shop, because some of them you have instructions available all the time, and some of them will be available during the event. So for example, this here, especially this year, I will include in the website later a compact video showing how to make. So if you buy the do-it-yourself kits for the boxes of the workshop, you can still see the compact video, not the full course, but a compact short video how to make them in my website later once I'm done with this, okay? But then some of them are written instructions. So for example, notepad cover, you can go on my website, download instructions. Let me share here where we're going to be doing this. Shop instructions. Okay, so this is for all the do-it-yourself kits that have written instructions, or this one is actually a video. But then what you have to, let's say you bought the tea box. We're gonna click in the tea box and we will ask a password. This password is inside the kit. So you put the password and you download the instruction to your computer. So this is for those open kits. So do-it-yourself kits, boxes and more, it's open to everybody. So you don't need to be a member to purchase any of these. Here's my book, okay? And you load more because we have 60, 50 or 60, we have a bunch, okay? So it's a lot of fun. Then if you are, for example, a member of the club, then we have another section called Club Members Only. So here you only have kits that only members will be able to buy, right? And the instructions, most of them will be just video tutorials inside the members area. Some of them have a quick guide, written guide to follow along the videos, but that's what you do. So for example, a member wants to buy the chest of drawers. If you click right here, it will ask my login as a member, right? And then as a member, I'll explain more on Friday, but members, depending on the plan, can have discounts and get points, all those stuff, but they have to be logging, okay? Also, if you're in my shop, take a look at the fabrics we have. And we have the fabrics separate right here with different designers, right? So Catalina Estrada, if you don't know who she is amazing. Laura Birch and, Tim Holtz, Tilda, and so many fabrics that we have. Look at the Catalina Estrada. I love this so much. Okay, well, so this is my website. Here's where you can find everything that you need. And also for the open house 2023 supplies, here's where you're gonna find all the supplies. Oh, if you didn't see yet, I also have now finally I put together a new set of corner box clips, just the small one. You have been asking me for so long now, we finally did. So now because we have the old one is the traditional one is this one that we have different sizes of box clips. And now we have just the small one, a pack with 4, okay? Just for you to know. So, okay, let me go. What I'm doing now, okay, cut. Okay, sometimes I got very confused there. Okay, okay, very good. So I hope this help, okay, with that question as well. So the most important, read the description of the products. Even read the description of the hinges and the screws and everything, because sometimes it's come with a screw, sometimes does not come with a screw. It really depends how we get them, how we can use them. So I really recommend you to read what is that in the shop, okay? And now about the screwdriver. It's about the screwdriver, because if you are making the box as the using clasp or hinges, metal clasp, metal hinges, you will need the screwdriver, okay, and the screws as well. As I said, in my shop, we are selling separate now. We have the little screws and the screwdriver. I have tested 3, and I want to tell you, and I don't think I put all of them in my Amazon suggestions yet, but I will, okay. Yes. Before I show the screwdriver, let me answer this question. What is the difference between the smaller clips and the big ones? Okay, what is the difference between the box clips? There isn't any difference. Actually, they are exactly the same. It's the same one. It's just in a different package now. What is in the first one? Let me see if I have them now here to show to you. I think I have. Okay, I don't have all of them, but this is enough to show to you. Okay, so the old package, okay, it has two of each way. Like we have two like this, two of this, and two where one of these is for double chipboard. So this is for gluing. This is for gluing dividers. So let's say you want to glue a piece right here. Let's say you want to do a divider, okay? And you want to make sure that you are gluing straight in it or putting straight in it where you're gluing. So this is when you use the clips that has more, 3 parts, or the double one is for using, for my preference for dividers is double chipboard. So the other one is for double chipboard here. So when we designed those, we decided to sell as two this one, and two of the other one. What happens and then when we are making the box, we can use this as well. You can use this in the corner of the box as well. Okay, so you can use two of the smaller ones and two of these. Okay, but then so many after we made this, so many like this. I myself included, I really like the little one. I think this is easier to use. So, and we just have two in the package. And then people ask, can I buy more just of these? But I didn't have, so now I have. So I decided to sell a package with 4 just with this. So you don't really kind of, let's say, if you have the old package, you don't need this unless you want, and you prefer the smaller one, or unless you lost, I don't know, right? Other than that, you don't need. It's just that, but it is super fun to use. Yay. Okay, Dale, I'm using 80 points chipboard. If I decide to do hinges with the little screws go through the chipboard, well, you're gonna follow my instructions of going with the screws, okay? You don't go all the way. You go until you notice that is well attached. Then you open your box and feel inside to see if it is okay or if you can go a little bit more, right? And actually depend of the screw that you have. If it is the really small ones we have in the shop, you probably will be able to do it, but I'm not completely sure. You may have to put something like, how can I say, something in between the hinge and the box to allow a little bit more space, like, how can I say, maybe a washer, or maybe attaching the hinges to the piece. I haven't done this, but I think it will work. You can do the hinge in the one extra piece of chipboard, the extra piece of chipboard glue there. Maybe that can work. Or do your back of the box. Cover the back. I think you already covered, but you could also cover the back of your box, let's say with 50 points chipboard instead of being poster board, right? Or put an extra piece of cover just in the back of the box that will allow you to go a little further with the screw if you think that this is possible and needed. And anyways, it's a screw. If you screw, you can unscrew as well to remove it if you change your mind. Hopefully I answered to you. Yeah, that's my question. Okay. I purchased one package of the multicolored corners a while back, as well as 2 of the gold colored corner clips. I was going to ask, what is the optimal amount for most box projects? Of box clips. I mean, if you have 2, actually, you don't need more than 4, because once you make the box, you have to remove it. So you, for every step, and if you have the other ones for dividers, so you are completely good to go. Thank you. Yeah, King had this problem. She said she made the spacers between the hinge and the box. So put something in between if you are using a very thin. I didn't have any problem with my 100 points. So, I mean, And actually one of the box I was making, one screw I went a little further, and this is in the tutorial, so you will see. And I went a little back with the chipboard, and I work on the front to fix that. That's so good. That happened to me in the tutorial, so you will see that. Okay. Do you have a okay? Do you have a recommendation on that subject? Corner clips. That is. Corner clips, that is. I didn't understand well, but actually this was something that was designed here at home, and we make this at home. It's my husband actually that makes this, and he designed it to fit exactly 100 points chipboard covered in fabric. So this is what will work. So it will work with a little thinner chipboard as well, but not with thicker one. Okay, because we design and we adjust the size for this to be exactly the size needed. Okay. You may find different ones out there in the internet, but exactly those, they are made here in my basement. Okay. Okay, wonderful. So let me show the screwdrivers because I noticed something different. The one I use in my video and I show in the video and I have the recommendation in my Amazon is this one right here. It's a set with several, okay? And it says, no, I just picked the wrong one. No, it's not that one. No, it's this one here. Sorry. Yeah, this one is the one I'm using in the video. So it says one, it's Phillips and says number one. Okay, so what happened with the little screw is very little, you can see here. So it's magnetic. That's the most important thing because you need to hold your screw like this, okay, and be able to go and screw whatever you want to screw. How to use this I show in the video, but you hold this here, and here you just hold in the palm of your hand, and here is where you move your fingers to be able to do that. Okay, so this is how you use it's in the tutorial. Now I found some other, but I think this is kind of $30 or some, the kit, okay, with several other screwdrivers. Okay, I found cheaper options but they are not number one, they are number zero. They say number zero and they say number zero, and I couldn't find any other with number one. But then I tested number zero and work as well. Okay, so then you can find, if you find a screwdriver with magnetic, that's very important. Okay, magnetic screwdriver that will have number zero or number one, it will work. Okay, so I will put yes, I'll make sure I go to the Amazon after we finish the live and I put other options because this is also working. I can see that they are not same quality as this one. This is much better, but like this is $30 the set, and the others I think was 14 or something like this. So there's a difference in price. I want to let you know. And I see here Marita saying that's my favorite screwdriver, magnetic, excellent. Yes, it is excellent for all my screws, little screws. It's fantastic. The one we have in the shop is smaller than this, but that one that we have in the shop is not for this screw right here. It's for the Diva wallet. There is really tiny screws, even smaller than this, right? I mean, I have used that with these screws, but was so more difficult because it wasn't holding very well because the magnetic part in that little screwdriver that I have is enough for the tiny screws for the Diva wallets, but not for this one. Okay. Jen is asking, can you show in more detail, not necessarily tonight, the toolbox you referred in today's session that you made for your own tool caddy? It was a suitcase style. I don't remember which one it was this one that I showed today. I don't think so, right? I don't think it was this one that I show. I think that one I will show tomorrow or after tomorrow. I don't know because I show in the video. Okay, I take a look at the tutorial and see which one it is because we have so many toolboxes already, but it will be nice. Yes, I will find. Okay, very good, very good. No, yeah, but we will see that in the video tomorrow after tomorrow. I don't know. Okay, so now let's see what's gonna happen tomorrow and after tomorrow, okay? Hope you are excited. Don't forget to share your pictures in our Facebook group, okay? I see a lot of them. I didn't have time to comment in all of them, but I will, okay? And it will be very nice, okay? So tomorrow we're gonna finish the lid of this box. So this is what we're gonna be making tomorrow, but we will not glue this with this because once you do this part and this part separate, I want them to dry very well separate. Something very heavy on top of the lid to make sure it will dry flat, right? And then in the Friday for this box on a box, we just glue them together. So Friday for this is super simple. Tomorrow for the box, for this one, in my original plan, I would not have anything for this box for tomorrow, and I would have everything on Friday. But I think I will bring something tomorrow to not leave everything for Friday. So let's do that. I think tomorrow we're gonna make it with the hinges because I have the inside finishing to finish here, hinges and clasp, because we have the little notepad. Okay, so I will show you how to cover a piece of the notepad and how to put the hinges, all the stuff, and there's here the inside parts that you're gonna be making as well. And then let's keep for Friday the magic box. So on Friday I will show you how to put the ribbon and make it the magic box. Okay. And then if you remember, and if you are doing the double storage box with the clear window, tomorrow is the day for making the lid and covering the lid. And on Friday, you will be attaching the top box with the lid and finishing your box. Okay, so that's what we're gonna have at the end of the day, at the end of this week. Friday, very important. I think it's 2 p.m. We're gonna have another live video where it's kind of the final live of this week. Okay, I'll have more live, 1 or 2 lives next week with more stuff. But for this week, I want kind of be like the end of the workshop, and then we're gonna have the winner of the coffee box that we are doing in the Cartoonage Fabric Boxes Facebook group. The winner will be announced Friday during the live. And also, I will have the surprise for you that I say I'm preparing a new project and I want to share this with you. I also want to share with you more things about the club and all of the other ideas that we can have, and also answer some questions, right? So if you have more questions, you can use the same link that was used today for Ask Me Questions. You can also ask there if you want that I answer in the live. If you want my answer right before, just comment below the videos on the workshop, okay? Yay, very good. Maria Helena, thank you for joining us. Thank you. A toolcat is one project I wish to make house the whole tools I have for box making. Yeah, Jen, we have several toolboxes, right? We have ones that are just open. We have toolboxes with this one, the big one. This one we use, it was the project of our retreat last year. So it is a double toolbox actually. So this box has a drawer, has this space here, there's a tray, and it's so beautiful, right? So this is one of the toolboxes that we have. I don't know if it's this one either, but we're gonna get there, okay? We're gonna get there. If you go to to the do-it-yourself kits and you find the picture and want to send me and say, Claudia, is this one or the number of the kit so I can bring to show to you, okay? Yay! Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm here behind the scenes, Lisa, and I try to answer as much as I can. Okay, that's good. I see another question. Okay, Michelle, how long after the workshop will the club still be open to join, please? Michelle, well, that's a wonderful question. Thank you so much. And if you are with me for more time and use like we opened the club, I opened the club in 2020. That's when we started. And from there, because of my behind the scenes, how that I have to do here, and now the events that we have in the club, I thought it was better to open the club, close the club, open the club, close. So this is what we were doing so far. Now, this year, to be very sincere, in January, I received one email from someone that really made me feel sad. She said, I have so much time now. It was January. She said, it is snowing. I have so much time now. And the club is closed. And it will only open in March. And then I thought, wow, that's not fair, right? That's not fair because it's true. If someone discovered the club in the middle of the winter and has the time to do that, why am I keeping the club closed? So I worked a lot behind the scenes to find a way where I don't need to close the club anymore. So I will test, okay? I'm saying now that I will not close the club so far or soon. I will try to keep open for more time or maybe forever. I don't know. Okay, let's try and see. If I can work behind the scenes well, and I see that people are coming even between the events or in the middle of the events and are not confused and are enjoying, so I'll keep like this. But let's see. Okay, so for now is that. But I will have a beautiful surprise for Friday, so don't miss that. Okay. Okay, Cecil, that has been enjoyable, informative. Thank you so much. Great day. Yes. Okay. Very good. Oh my goodness. Oh, 8:30 already. That's nice. Okay. Well, that's what I had to share today. I hope it was a great time. Okay, that you got, yay, that you enjoy and got inspired, got some answers here, right? It is so fun to do. And whatever you are in the journey of the cartoonage, I mean, I hope I can help you, if it is getting started, if it is doing more of the custom designs, or I mean, I really love all this process. So it's so fantastic. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so if no more questions, I let's finish here. Thank you so much for being part of this workshop. Keep sharing in the pictures and all this in the workshop, in the Facebook group, right? Have fun tomorrow. We're gonna receive the email with the tutorials as well. Have lots of fun gluing and finishing your boxes. Some of you will finish tomorrow, some of you will finish on Friday, but well, don't, and if you are in the free online course, you have until 27 to watch the full course as it is, full of tips, information, dimensions, and all those stuff. Enjoy your time, okay? Thank you so much. Yes, I hope you like my oh, Betty, I already discussed that. We will discuss the Teen Holtz cutter later. I already discussed. The only thing I said actually is that I really like it. It has a different part on the right side that really intrigues me, and I think it will be good for us. So I bought it. Once I receive it, I will make a video. I will test, use here for myself, and I will make a video showing what I think about it. But I think it will be a great idea, and the price is good as well, right? So let me test. Okay, let's see how it goes. Maybe it costs even more than 50. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe he didn't have more than 50 to test. I have several here, so we can do it. Nice. Very good. See you on Friday, King. Look forward for watching. That's good, Karen. The box of goodies I ordered yesterday already got here. Oh, so good, Danielle. Yeah, we are really trying to ship as soon as we can. Even today, we had two customers. Oh, I forgot. Can we include? I said, oh, sorry, it was shipped already. So that's good. Okay, thank you, everybody. Have a good night, okay? And I will see you tomorrow inside the workshop with all the tutorials. And if you have any question, I'm here. I will be going the full day tomorrow here close to my computer. So any question, I will answer to you very quick. Okay? And I will see you again live Friday afternoon. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a good night.